Okay, I wanted to test something here. Okay, assume that you have, let's say we have a restaurant. Okay, we have a restaurant here. Restaurant. Okay, and this restaurant is actually a small restaurant. Small to medium size. Okay, and it has like different tables, like few tables only. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So table one, and two. We have three. We have four. You got the idea. Okay. So here we don't need to implement AI, right? Any AI agent here, because we can just hire one or two waiters and they will do the job, right? But assume your restaurant has increased in size. Okay, let's say you have let's say we have like double, not double, just triple it again. All these tables. Okay, let's assume we have like so many users, so many tables. Okay, it's a big restaurant. Okay, now it's a large restaurant. Okay, it's not a medium size anymore, it's a big restaurant. Okay, so right now, okay, instead of hiring all these waiters, increasing the number of waiters we have so that they can go onto each table and ask what's the request, and if they have any special reference to each customer, and go to the kitchen and again inform the cook, and once it's prepared, all this process can be automated using the company will buy a device. Okay, let's say it's going to use an AI agent. Okay, for its job, it's going to put an AI agent under each table, on each table. Okay, so yeah, for each table. Okay, yeah, let's put AI agent for each table. So here what's going to happen is now the waiters, they don't need to go to each table to take the customer's order. Okay, the customer can just help themselves. Okay, and use the AI agent. Okay, like they can the AI agent may ask them for the name or details like this, and it can check, like it can ask them what is their order, and the customer can put their order there, and also the AI agent can check if the customer has came here before and ordered, he has some item that he's ordering every time he's coming here, like favorite dish or something like that. The AI agent can check the database and give him this option, like suggest him this dish or something like this, and all this. And if he has any special preference or something like that, then the AI agent is automatically going to take the customer's order and send it directly to the kitchen. Okay, without having any human intervention. Okay, and with the kitchen is cooked, and they're going to give the cooked food. So here we have reduced the manual labor, right? Because we have AI agents on each table. Okay, they will take the customer's order, they will suggest, they will recommend any suggestions, they will have a list of dishes available, specials that we have on this day. Also, if you have an agent as a receptionist, even they will be able to schedule for the guest. Okay, for the guest reservation, and all this is going to automate all this process for you. Okay, so now you have reduced the manual labor, right? That's the idea of an AI agent. It can think by itself, it can automate the process. Now let's assume, let's take another example. Okay, let's say we have a hospital. Okay, hospital. Okay, and we have a table here. Okay, and we have a receptionist here. Yeah, a receptionist. I'm just putting this one here, and yeah, so there are people coming. Okay, there are many people here waiting in line. Okay, just put it here. They're all waiting. You have like one receptionist or two receptionists, and you've got like all these people, okay, waiting for one and only one or two receptionists, right? So the idea is what you can do, if you use an AI agent, okay, you can just replace this one, okay, and you replace the person with an AI agent. Okay, AI agent, assume we have AI agents here, okay, a device or something like this, and let the customer just fill out all the information there, okay, whatever information is required, and the AI agent is going to suggest them, like to which office, to which doctor is available, to which medical doctor, to which what kind of test is required, okay, for their condition. All this is going to be automated and done by the AI agent. Okay, there is no need for the nurse right now, okay, or there is no need for someone in the reception, sit in the reception. All the process is going to be automated. Okay, so also you will have more if you have more than one agent, okay, which is going to automate this process for you as well. Okay, like you can let more than one agents here, okay, and that will handle all this customers, all this patients requests. Okay, that's the idea of AI agents, and that's why we need AI agents actually. So that's what I wanted to explain, and thank you for watching. And from next video we'll see it in course. Okay, it's going to be agentic engineering, AI engineering, or AI agentic engineering. We'll be focusing on agentic AI. Okay, especially tools using N89 and automation, AI automation, and yeah. So this video will focus on the theory, and from the next video onwards, it's all going to be practical. Okay, we're going to do different types of automations, workflows, and AI agents using LLMs, and yeah. So this is a notes that I prepared. Okay, so most people think that AI is just ChatGPT answering questions. Okay, that's how most people use AI. Okay, but modern AI system can actually use tools. Okay, this is what makes AI so powerful, because they can use tools and make decisions, send emails, search the internet, complete tasks automatically. Okay, automatically. Focus on the word automatically. Okay, this is the difference between LLM and AI automation, workflow, and AI agents. Okay, so what is LLM? The LLM stands for large language model. Okay, the analogy LLM is like, think of it like a very smart brain. Okay, but it's trapped in a room. Okay, a smart brain trapped in a room. Yani it can think and talk, but cannot interact with the world alone. Okay, yeah. So trained to predict the next word. Okay, understands language patterns, responds to prompt, cannot take action by itself. Again, focus on this word. This sentence. Okay, cannot take action by itself. This is an LLM. Okay. Example: what an LLM can do is answers questions. It can summarize tests. It can translate. It can generate. You know what we mean by LLM? LLM means like ChatGPT. Basically, it's a language long. It's an LLM, and Gemini and Claude. All these are LLMs. Okay. Usually they can answer questions, summarize text, translate, generate code. You have to put the data, right? You have to prompt it, right? You have to ask the question, like, yeah, right? It cannot take action by itself. Okay, an LLM alone is not an agent. Okay, think of it like a brain that's floating without hands or tools. Okay, this is an LLM. Okay, I hope this makes things very clear. Okay, this is an LLM. Okay, but when we say an agent, an AI, okay, we will talk about agent. Okay, agent is actually the opposite. It can take actions by itself. Okay, an AI agent, when we talk about AI agent, it can take actions by itself. Okay, yeah. So when we say AI automation, okay, this is where many people get confused. Explain. AI automation is equals to trigger, action, optional LLM decision making. Okay, so what do we mean by AI automation? Trigger means like you're going to automate. Like, let's say you want to send. You made a form. Okay. Okay. When this form is when the user clicks submit to this form, this is a trigger. The action that it will take, it's going to save this data inside Google Sheet, or it's going to send an email to this using this form. Okay, this is an action. Okay, the trigger is just the button, the form that when you click the button, that's the trigger basically. If you want, you can add LLM also. This is the automation. So you're automating the process. You don't have to. That's the idea of AI automation. So for example, user submits form, right? LLM extracts the name and the email. Gmail API sends email. Okay, all this done is automated. Okay, it's not done manually. When a customer or a user just submits the form, click submit, this is the trigger, and LLM is going to extract the name and email and send an email to this user. Okay, this is great beginner, then explain. So the automation follows predefined steps. Okay, again, there's a difference between AI automation and AI agentic AI generic. So when we say AI automation, okay, what we mean is actually, let me see here, where is it now? I have all the notes there, I don't know where it is, 1 second. Okay, I don't know where it is, so I'll paste it here. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we mean by AI automation. Okay, the automation follows a predefined step. Again, I want you to focus on this point, because so I will make it bold. So don't think there is an option here to make it bold, but let's try. Okay, leave it, no problem, but just focus on this point. Okay, what it's saying here, the automation follows predefined steps. Okay, again, still it doesn't, it's taking action. It's not taking action, it's like what it's doing, it's just following you defined this. You will configure this one, you will configure, you will this automation, you're going to automate it using tools like N8N or other tools, automation tools. You're going to make the form, link the form with the LLM, and link the LLM with the Gmail API. All this you're going to do it once, set it up, then automatically it's going to do, right? These are the steps. Step 1, user submits a form. Step 2, LLM extracts name and email. Step 3, Gmail API sends an email. That's it. Okay, this is predefined. You've defined the steps. Okay, it's not the AI making the decisions. You are defining the steps. Okay, there is a difference between automation and autonomous intelligence. It's not equal. See, automation is not equal to autonomous intelligence. Okay, so when we say AI agent, okay, this should be, okay, for example, let's say you have a car, okay, and let me do it with a diagram, okay, so we can understand this in depth. And yeah, let me just do something here. I don't know what I'm supposed to open here. Look, this is supposed to, yeah, I can just, yeah. So I'm going to make this analogy. Okay, let me make a car, a simple car here. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just, yeah, we just need to understand how what's the concept of this. Okay, so we can understand it. And that's it. Okay, we have we can put this here, and we don't need to put here, and we put something here. Okay, and we'll put the guy here, and put the person here, and with his arm on the steering wheel, basically. Okay, and if you want to add something here, you can just add something here, like a chair or something. Yeah. So now let's assume that there is a person here. Okay, this is just a person. Okay, he's driving a car. Okay, so the idea is when we say an LLM is like the brains. Okay, the driver, basically. Okay, so this is an LLM. Okay, it's just taking this example. This is an LLM. Okay, and this is an LLM. Okay, and when we say steering wheels or pedals, we're talking about tools. Okay, steering wheels, like let's assume this is the steering wheel, like, and brake pedals, all the other things. Okay, these are the tools. Like the eye, the camera is going to be sensors. The memory is context, and Windows engine is agent framework. So the thing that we need to understand is a driver cannot drive this car without the steering wheel, right? He cannot drive this car without a pedal, right? So that's the idea. Like, think of it that way. Even though there is a brain, like an LLM, without the tools, it's not going to be able to perform anything. Without sensors, cameras, or eyes, it's not going to interact without interacting with the environment. Okay, this is one example. Okay, but with all these tools, okay, with the sensors, with the eyes, with the cameras, all these tools, here we can say that modern agentic AI systems surround the LLM with tools, memory, planning, feedback loop, actions. Okay, now the AI can observe, it can reason, it can plan, it can act, it can adapt. This is the key idea. Okay, an LLM with tools and sensors and all this stuff is how we can make an AI agent. Okay, and again, there is another thing we need to know. Actually, there is a difference between when we say agents and workflow are two different things. Okay, workflow are predefined, like the one that I gave you here. That's a workflow. It's not an agent. This one, I think this is just a workflow. Okay, because it has a fixed path. Okay, okay, it's a fixed path. Okay, it's predefined step, limited autonomy. Yani it doesn't have any autonomy. Okay, that's the main three key points. Okay, like for example here, the user submits a form, the LLM extracts the name and just sends. These are the steps that it performs. It doesn't make any decisions. It doesn't make anything by itself. That's the idea of that. That is an example of a workflow. Like receive an email, summarize, send Slack notification. Okay, AI does not decide the process. Like you are defining the steps. You are configuring this, automating this process, so that it can when it receives an email, to summarize the email and to send Slack notification, right? So this is workflow. Okay. But when we say agents, okay, agents actually are open-ended. Okay, they decide the next action itself. That's the difference. Again, highlight this point. Decide next action itself. This is very important. Okay, because this is the main thing. Okay, it uses tool dynamically, adapts based on user feedback. Again, this one. It adapts based on feedback, decides the next action itself. That's the difference between an agent and a workflow. Workflow just follows the step like a robot. That's it. It doesn't think by itself. Okay, limited autonomy. Doesn't decide. Agent decides the next action itself. Also, it can adapt or improve based on feedback. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, a restaurant AI reception. Okay, this is another example. Okay, let's say there is an AI reception and AI receptionist, a restaurant AI receptionist. Okay, it answers calls, it checks for reservations, it sends confirmation, it handles cancellation, it asks for follow-up questions, adapts conversation naturally. Then we say agent has loops. They act, they observe results, then decide what to do next. This is an excellent teaching point. This is very important. Okay, if an AI can do all this, these are not predefined steps. Like it's going to answer calls, right? Then it's going to check the reservations. Then it's going to send confirmation. Then it's going to handle cancellations and ask follow-up questions. Adapt conversation naturally. Okay. This too requires automation, right? Most of this requires autonomy, like to be able to think by itself, to do, right? It's not just defined steps. This is an example of an agent. Okay. So what is the risk of AI agents? Okay, this is very variable because most beginner video skips. So you're okay. So the risk of AI agents is that it has unpredictable path. Okay, this is one good point. Okay, you don't know what route the AI will take. This is the negative of AI agents. Okay, it has unpredictable output. The result may be wrong or inconsistent. It has unpredictable cost. Agent may use many API calls and increase expenses. So this is the main issue of AI agents. It's unpredictable. Okay, like you can't predict what it will do. Maybe it will give you the correct response output, or maybe it will go to use a different path. Okay, results may be consistent, or maybe it will just keep going through the response again and again and again, and the more the API calls, the more expenses, right? So the solution to this is like maximum steps. You need to define maximum steps. Like instead of you can this will save you the cost, right? Like instead of letting it run wild, you can just set a maximum steps it has to go through. Okay, like set a limit. Okay. Approval before sending an email. Approval before sending an email. Okay, approval before sending an email. It gets approval. Okay, yeah. For example, you can get approval. Spending limits. You can set limits also for spending. Actually, this is something that can be done in the API, right? Platform of the LLM or something like that. Here you can set limits for the budget so it doesn't exceed the budget, or you can restrict some tools. Also, you can add a human review. Like you can let the human monitor, right? Not just let the AI agent run wild, right? Someone to just monitor it. And context window analogy. Okay. So okay, let's assume that CPU. Let's assume that LLM is actually like a CPU. Okay, this is how you need to take it. And assume that context window is like RAM. Okay, it's a temporary storage, right? The CPU. Whenever it wants to run something and temporarily, it will store it on RAM, right? Memory. Okay, that's what we call by context window. Context window holds active conversation, limited size, older information maybe from that. Okay, this is the idea of context window. It's just what you are doing now. The question that you ask AI now, for example, this is a context window. It's the question, the iterations. This holds the active conversation. Okay. Function calling, this section. Function calling allows LLM to request external tools. That's the benefit of function calling. Okay. LLM, we've talked about LLM without tools is actually not that much powerful, right? It's just going to answer your questions and perform some simple queries, summarizations, and all that, right? But if you add external tools to it, if it can access external tools, it's much more powerful. It's what we call function calling. Not all LLM can have this feature. So function calling means, when you say external tool, what we mean is like calculator, Gmail, let's say an email. If LLM has an access to your Gmail, then it will be able to send an email, right, by itself. If it has access to weather API, to give you detailed database, calendar, all this. Okay. So the flow is user asks a question, LLM decides tools needed. Okay, tools executes, results returns to LLM. Okay, LLM answers users. Okay, so yeah, user asks a question, yes, LLM decides tools needed, and tools execute, results returned to LLM answers question. So these are the questions that we need to know. Okay, these are the things that we need to know. Okay, APIs. I think most of the people here are following me. They know already about APIs. Okay, because I've went through it in details in the previous courses. An API is a bridge that lets software communicate with the other softwares using predefined rules. Okay, like for example, Gmail API. Okay, how you will configure your LLM or to send an email or something. You will use a Gmail API, of course. Same. You want to link ChatGPT with your application. You're going to use OpenAI API. Okay. You want to link Stripe. You will use API. You want build an application that gets weather. That gives you a correct weather application. You're going to use weather API, right? It's available online, and you're just going to use their APIs to get the correct information. So that's the idea of APIs. Just helps communication between different softwares, okay, with other softwares, using predefined rules, systems of softwares. Yeah. Okay, a few things we need to understand is actually quick models. Yeah, we need to know the difference between quick models versus thinking models. Okay, like this is for ChatGPT. This is for AI actually, and for LLMs. Okay, I think people who are using LLMs will know this term. What I mean by this, when I say quick model or LLM, this is what I mean. Let's say we have here. Let's say we have. Okay, so let's let's continue because well, the difference between quick models and thinking models are, remember, if you go to any if you go, like, we have different models here, right? Free models, or the problem is I'm actually not subscribed here, but when you subscribe there are more than one models. Okay, types of models. Okay, we have quick models. Quick models are very fast, right? And they're very cheap. They have lower reasoning. It's the negative, the difference, the main difference. Lower reasoning. It's ideal for email classification, summaries, and customer support. The small tasks that doesn't require thinking, you use this kind of models, quick models. Okay. But the thinking model, you use it like if you have complex tasks like maths, science, complex that require complex planning, coding, all this that requires step-by-step reasoning, that has, all this can be used with thinking models. This is slower, and this is the main difference between quick model and thinking model. Okay, again, if we type like ChatGPT here. Go to Google here, ChatGPT, models, pricing here. I think it's going to give us the details of all the models we have here available. We have this one, the free version. The free version, we are using the limited access to GPT 5.5 instant. You see, focus on the word instant. It's very fast. Okay, limited message and upload, limited and slower image, limited deep research. All this, it's limited. Okay, but it's okay. It's enough for everyday tasks that doesn't require complex thinking, and so this is the one. where we have advanced, if you need advanced reasoning with GPT 5.5 thinking, okay, like for more complex tasks or accurate image expanded messages, you have to use this one, this plus, okay. This is more expensive than this one, than the free version, okay, and free and go version. Okay, both are using instant. See, instant. But in Go version, in Go you model you or Go, you're going to just get more time. Yeah. But in Plus or Pro, you're going to have access to the thinking model. Okay, so you'll be able to do more complex tasks, but it will be more expensive also. So that's the idea. That's the main difference between quick and thinking models. Tools and ecosystem. This is so when we say about tools, okay, that we will focus on. We have some tool called Zapier, Make, and 8N. So all these three tools are actually automation tools. Okay, that are used for AI automation or for normal automation, also for AI agents. All this stuff are useful, but the easiest is Zapier. Okay, Make is also visual. It's also good, but both Make and Zapier are actually paid. Okay, this is why we're not going to use this one. These are paid, and they are actually yeah. This is for people who are not technical. It's easy to set up an automation using this tool. Okay, it doesn't require deep technical knowledge. But yeah, but this one N8N, it has two versions. It has cloud version and it has self-hosted version. Okay, this is N8N. If you go here, N8N. Okay, it has both. This is AI workflow automation. This is very powerful actually. AI agents and workflow you can see and control. This is the very popular AI framework. Okay, so you can go ahead and sign in and use their cloud version, which is paid, by the way. You have to pay or you'll have limited access. And there is an option also self-hosted, where you will install this N89 in your PC, okay, locally, and you will have full access for free of the paid features. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Okay, on the next video we're going to set this up, and what we need to understand is actually triggers. When we say triggers, okay, trigger is what starts the workflow. Okay, let's say I make a trigger. I say when someone fills the form, okay, when submits the form, this is a trigger, right? I told you already. Let's say there's a timer or a schedule, it's a trigger. Webhook, okay, chatbot, all this message, okay, all this are triggers. Okay, triggers that triggers the workflow to start. Okay, like once the user clicks submit to the form, next step is going to either it will go to the LLM and then to the Gmail, or it will send directly to the email. So all this is what starts the flow. Triggers. Just focus on this term. So so yeah, so I want to actually go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and show you ChatGPT first. API, how do we create? So what you need to do is actually you can go ahead and go to Google, type ChatGPT, and oh, actually not ChatGPT, I think it is OpenAI platform. Okay. OpenAI platform. Okay, so this is our platform. Okay, so what we need to do, first thing we need to do actually is check the billings. Okay, right now we have 0, right? We can add the payment, or you can set monthly spend limit here. Okay, just so we don't spend yeah you can't do it unless you have a paid plan actually, but if you have a paid plan you can set a limit on the usage here, and here's the billing, and you can go to projects here. Projects here. First thing that you have to do is actually let me create a project. You're required to create a project here. Go to projects, create a project. You can type test project. Okay, this is just a project, test project, and the refresh is going to be created for you here. For some reason it is not. I think I'm only allowed one project, or it's not active. Okay, remove the status here because the status was only showing active. Right now it's not active, so that's why it's not showing me the okay. So this is one project. When you create a project, next thing you have to get the API key. Okay, you can create a new secret here. Okay, select the project, which is the project that we created, right? Test, and you can choose a name, but you don't have to. Okay, create secret. You have an option to choose permission, like you need limited, restricted, read only, or for now keep it like this. So I got the API key. Okay, you have to copy it because you're not going to have please save secret keys, keep it in safe play. You won't be able to view it again. Okay, you have to copy it. Once done, now that we have an API key, okay, now we can access what we need to do. We can access whenever this is the API for our basically OpenAI for ChatGPT. Okay, so N8 and 9 8 in the next video I will show you how to install N8.9. okay, N8N. okay, it's a popular tool, very popular tool, and once we finish this one we're going to go to LangChain. This is second advanced tool also. We will study LangChain, this one. Okay, and FlowWise also. These two are very powerful, but for as a beginner, as someone who's just starting out to learn AI, we should focus on this one. Once we understand all the concepts, we're going to move to LangChain and FlowWise. Okay, so this is an AI restaurant. Let's say we have an AI restaurant receptionist agent. Okay, first thing, the customer will call, right? Then second, the speech of the voice will be transferred to text, convert to voice. Okay, and LLM understands requests, will understand the request. Agent checks the reservation database, and the agent asks for follow-up questions. For example, agent sends confirmation email, agent updates the calendar, agent logs conversations. This ties all concepts together. Okay, so AI engineering is no longer just prompting ChatGPT. This is a very important concept. Okay, before 2-3 years, we were saying, we're talking about AI engineering like it's just prompting ChatGPT, right? Modern AI system combine LLMs, tools, API, workflow, autonomous to solve real-world problems. This is what we will be focusing on this course. Okay, we're going to spend as much time as is needed, and we are going to go deep on every single concept and topic, and we're going to do it practically. Okay, so thank you for watching, and see you in the next session.